What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the OG setup because I finally went and bought a new microphone. I couldn't find my old one, so I just went and bought a new one. Um, so now I can sit in my room and have my fan on and you guys don't have to hear it. Anyway, if you're new around here, my name is Jackson Powers, and if you're not new, well, it's good to see you again. And today I have an AEW video for you guys, more specifically, an AEW World Championship match video, because last night on Dynamite, Kenny Omega accepted quite the challenge from MJF. So basically, next week at AEW Beach Break, I think is what it's called, or something along the lines of that. Kenny Omega is going to challenge MJF for the AEW World Championship, and if Kenny Omega loses, he can never challenge for the AEW World Championship ever again. That's not just as long as MJF is champion, that means ever again for the rest of his life, basically. And it's really got me wondering, and the question that is the title of this video is the question I'm about to ask. Is Kenny Omega about to win the AEW World Championship? Because I think there is a path. There is a reality where that happens. Because like Kenny Omega has constantly been talking about how he wants to have one last run with the championship before he retires, and he just wants to be able to do it his like in a way where he doesn't have to have help, because in his first reign he had a bunch of help and he wasn't proud of how that reign went. Even though it was a great title reign, he just in character wise he wasn't proud of it, so he wants another chance to win the world title before he retires. And MJF was like, well, if you want that, you're gonna have to do this stipulation. So there's just so many possibilities. Like honestly, Kenny Omega could win. It really is a possibility. There is a real possibility, because I'm pretty sure they said it's the main event of the show. In AEW, they're known for doing things for shock value. Like when they had Darby Allin win the title, because it wasn't a random episode of Dynamite, it was a special edition episode of Dynamite, which is what next week is, and it's automatically must-watch TV. I mean, first of all, it's Kenny Omega versus MJF, two of the most recognizable people outside of the WWE when it comes to wrestling. And it's for the world title. And if Kenny Omega loses, he can never challenge for the world title ever again. So it's just there's so much at stake, and it's hard to say for sure if Kenny Omega is actually going to win this championship, because they're already teasing a feud with Andrade and MJF for the title, which especially with AEW Grand Slam Mexico coming up next month, that's a real possibility. They've already teased and hinted at Will Ospreay versus MJF for All in London, because I mean Will Ospreay, he's going to be there no matter what because he won the Owen Hart tournament, so he gets to challenge for the world title. But it's just a matter of who the champion's going to be, and like it really is looking like I thought for sure it was going to be MJF before last night. Like now I'm really thinking like, man, they might actually pull the trigger and have Kenny Omega win this title, and then maybe Andrade and MJF they do something that has nothing to do with the world title, or maybe they do a triple threat for the world title at Grand Slam. It's just like so many possibilities. Plus the possibility of Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega in the main event of All In for the world title. That just sounds awesome. That would be really cool if we could do that. Just checking to see if my mic was still on. It's brand new, so I'm getting used to it. Also, if you're new around here, you are now learning that I don't have any notes. I just like to yap. So if you don't like that, I apologize. But anyway, like the possibility of Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega at All in London in front of that crowd, like that could be magic for sure. And especially with the whole Will Ospreay and Death Riders thing, like I'm starting to think maybe there's a possibility Will Ospreay attacks, like maybe gets involved in the match next week and costs Kenny Omega the title, and then maybe that's a new type of feud they can do, where they can still find a way to maybe rework it to where Kenny Omega can get back into the world title picture. Or maybe Kenny Omega wins the title and then Will Ospreay and the Death Riders attack Kenny Omega, and boom, there's your All In main event. Like that could be really cool, because Will Ospreay is officially a part of the Death Riders now. I mean, he got the patch from Jon Moxley and he wore it on his gear last night. So Will Ospreay is officially a part of the Death Riders. So this is all stuff that's possible now. And like there is also just the possibility that MJF just straight up wins, and then maybe Kenny Omega just calls it a career after that. Maybe that's his last match. Because Kenny Omega did say, like, if he can't challenge for the world title, then he really doesn't have anything else left to do in AEW. Because, I mean, he's pretty much achieved everything he could achieve. I mean, aside, he hadn't held any of the mid-card titles, but he really doesn't need to. I mean, he's already proved he's Kenny Omega. Like, everyone knows who Kenny Omega is. So, yeah, like my head is just spinning with the amount of possibilities there is for this like outcome. Like we could really realistically see anything could happen. Like there is legitimately a case for both results. Like I could definitely see Kenny Omega winning and going to All In as champion, or I could see MJF winning and Kenny Omega. Like they could really tell a story with either Omega, you know, contemplating retiring, but maybe like the Young Bucks talk him out of it or something, or like he just loses it because Will Ospreay cost him, and then maybe he gets back in the world title picture. Because let's be real, it's wrestling; they can work their way out of any stipulation. But I mean, so far, every time AEW has used this stipulation, they've kept it going like forever. Like Cody Rhodes is the best example of that. Like he put that stipulation on himself really early on to the AEW, and for the rest of the time he was there, he never even challenged for the world title. So it was like they honored that. And even though he's in WWE now, he still hasn't challenged for the world title. And then Hangman too, he just recently had that challenge, that stipulation on a world title match, and he lost. And we haven't seen him since. So like, it's not likely that they like back out of it or try to book their way out of it, but it's possible. It's wrestling. Anything can happen. But I mean, it's just crazy because so far, both times that stipulation has been on a title match, the person who has that stipulation against them is lost. So if it's 3 for 3, that should tell you something. And I just don't know if I see it. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like it's one of those things. Like this is what we want in wrestling. We want outcomes of matches that we can't predict. Like I'm sitting here thinking, like, dude, I legitimately like next week it's must watch because you can make all the predictions you want. You don't truly know who is gonna win that match because you can make a case for either guy winning, and it's just like it would make sense no matter what they do. So that's where I'm at with the whole thing. Like I don't know who's gonna win. Like the answer to the question is Kenny Omega about to win the world title? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. We won't know until the match happens. Because like I've been saying, there is legitimately a case for both guys to win. And in the story that they're trying to tell, both guys winning would make sense. So that's where we are. And that's perfect. That's what wrestling should be. Wrestling should keep you on your feet. Entertainment in general, not just wrestling, all of entertainment. You shouldn't know what's about to happen next. And that's what they're doing with this. And I am all for it, bro. So, yeah, that's really all I got for that. I just wanted to make a video talking about this. I wanted to have this out earlier, but we have this crazy heat wave going on here in Indiana right now. And today is like one of the hottest days of it. So I tried to film in my garage earlier, and I was just sweating buckets out there. So that just wasn't going to happen. Then I came in my room, and I was like, I want to film, but my fan's too loud. So I just went to the store and bought a new microphone. So I solved all those problems now. So I can have my fan on, I can sit here comfortably, and I can make you guys some videos. Because our AC is also out. So that's a new problem. That's not a new problem, actually. That's been going on for like a month. But that's besides the point. Anyway, I'm going to quit yapping now, and I'm going to get out of here. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss a video, and follow me in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.